Hi, this is Dominic's daddy again. As we couldn't finish our experiment and our science kit this morning, I'm going to repeat this process again to show you step by step how it can be done so that you can do it slowly at home. And feel free to rewind the video if you actually need so that you can actually look at it again and again. Alright, so I'll actually start focusing on the lab bench where we actually going to do this video in a step by step. First of all, we actually started off with the video of making the antenna. So the antenna is a crucial part of the whole experiment or the circuit. First of all, you take the long wire, and I actually, as discussed, and you actually put it on slowly with actually certain length, a short length of extension, so that you can use it to connect to other components later. Then after that, you put a tape on to make sure that it's holding on the pen. It doesn't need to be this pencil, it can be any pen that you actually want and can find, and it will work well. So after you tape it on here, so you slowly wind the wire around, actually in order to form a coil. And this coil forms the basis as the foundation of the antenna. Actually, that is going to radiate the signal when you actually type in using your switch. So you just keep winding and winding and winding until you actually left off with a short wire. And then the important thing is make it tight so that it actually is like tight together like this. Okay, make it tight together. Then afterwards, you put a tape on again to make sure that you hold the wire in place. Excuse me, I couldn't get my tape. All right, so the tape is in place, and I'll tape it around. So now this is actually completed the first step, and now I have an antenna coil that looks like that with two ends that we actually have shown you during the class already, in which the important thing is you have to wind the wire slowly to make sure that it attach and become, sorry about it, you have to wind the wire so that it actually all the strands connect into one solid conductor, okay, on both sides. After this, the first thing you do is remember this small resistor that we use, okay? We connect the resistor to your coil, doesn't matter which side, okay? And then you just, the way you connect it is by putting them together like this, putting them together like this, all right? And then you twist them together, okay? You twist them together with the, okay? After you twist them together, then the resistor will start dangling below your antenna coil. Okay. The next step we do is we take the antenna, the battery holder. Okay, and then the battery holder has two ends. It doesn't matter which color. And now this time I'm using the red color. Okay, we're twisting the wires together on both sides so that it holds into one conductor. And the important thing is to connect to the other side of the resistor. So the resistor is like that, and then with this blue thing on the other side, we'll connect. On this other side, we'll connect the battery holder. Okay, and you can twist it again to make sure that it forms a complete circuit and a conduction. After you connect the conductor, that is kind of done with the coil, with the battery, with the resistor, and with the battery holder. The next thing, all of you should have a switch. Some of you have a switch like that, and the other one is all plastic. Depending on which kit you have, they are the same. Okay, in this kit I have this metal connector. On one side of the two wires, you have two wires. You take out the blue plastic jacket, unplug it, and then coil them again to make sure that it forms a solid conductor. And then you take the black wire and just take any wire and put them together like that. And then I will slowly twist them together. Okay, I will twist them together, and it's now connected. Okay, and then now I connect it, and then you take the other side off the switch and connect back to the coil, which is the other wire, and you complete the circuit in a round loop. as the circuit diagram has said. And then again, the way I do it is I put them together like that, and then I start twisting them. Voila! After this, look, we have the antenna coil, we have the resistor, and we have the antenna coil, we have the resistor, we have the battery holder, we have the switch, back to the coil, and that's how you complete the circuit. Okay, after you complete this circuit, which is the coil, the resistor, the battery holder, the switch, and get into a loop, is actually you can put the bigger battery, which is an AA size battery, into the battery compartment, and then you take the box off the radio, take the radio out, and you'll find a radio like this. Okay, what do? You actually take the two battery, the smaller batteries, and you put inside the battery compartment. Make sure that you actually get the polarity right. Okay, the minus goes to where the springs is, and the plus goes to the side that has no spring. In this scenario, you put the one in, okay, and the second in. After you put it in, how do you do it? Okay, first of all, you have to make sure that on your radio, on this side of the radio, there's an AM, FM button. You press it to AM, okay, which is the lower selection, up and down, AM. Okay, this is how you turn on the radio and adjust the volume. You push it, rotating up, it actually clicks and it stops the radio, and you click down, it will start the radio. Okay, then you select the radio to around 53 where there is no sound. Then when you actually ready, oh sorry, when you put your radio near the coil and press a button, you know what happened. You hear? We can wirelessly, so click the button. When we click the button, see, whenever I press the button, the radio makes a sound. Can you see that? Can you hear? And by doing this, we're demonstrating a very simple circuitry that actually demonstrated when we put the radio and not connect the radio to this transmission network or this circuit. Whenever I press the button, the radio is making this dot dot sound, and what we can do is take your Morse code sheet and you can actually send out a SOS, which is free short, free long, free short, which is like this. So you can also send other Morse code signal out to other people so that people can wirelessly listen. So this is a very simple demonstration, because if we actually want to have a better demonstration, what we need to do is we need to actually have a bigger coil, a better batteries in order to transmit in a further distance. But in this way, we actually are separating with a distance in this situation of like more than 10 centimeters, and we can still get the signal. You can see this is the demonstration, and now you can actually, somebody putting a headphone on can put close to it and not listening to your switch, and will be able to get the signal out as a Morse code that you can transmit. Again, a couple things that is pay attention. You have to make sure that you have the resistor. You connect the switch to one side of the coil and the resistor to the other side of the coil as the circuit diagram shown, and then connects the battery compartment between the switch and the resistor, so you actually have a giant circle loop. Okay, and that's how you actually build a circuit. And then on the radio, which is the giant loop, you can see on the radio, turn it to AM. In this situation, the switch has to be down. Turn off the volume, and on and off is the switch, and you can select around 53 where you don't actually see it, hear any music, which is the radio station, and you will be able to demo this. Alright, that's it. That completes the video. Thank you. Bye bye.